Hi, I'm Nadine, and welcome to the Wayfaring Warbler, a channel where we explore Massachusetts, New England, and all the birds around us. This week, we'll cover the top 10 of 2025, This Week in Birding, and my birding plan of 2026. Now let's go through my top 10 photos of 2025. Number 10. The bald eagle was kind of my spark bird for continuing to grow my birding this year. I got this really great photo. I mean, it's not great because I don't love his angle. I don't love that there's a stick in his face, but I got a really clear image of the tag on his leg, and that was really exciting. I was able to report it to the US banding uh, agency, and I was just really proud of like the clarity of this, the fact how much time I spent stalking out this bird to get it, and then I got this photo. I mean, I would love a better photo, but it definitely counts in my top 10 for this year. I went to Mount Auburn Cemetery a couple times this year, and one of those times I just happened upon this groundhog who was hiding in a tree. And it was really fun photographing him because I had to stay really quiet and stand still for a really long time and wait for him to peek his head out. Unfortunately, he never fully came out of the tree because he knew I was there, but he poked his head out enough for me to capture this photo. My number 8 photo is this picture of an American avocet with a snowy egret. The American avocet was a rare bird and was kind of my foray into the rarities of birding, and how excited people get. This was at the very beginning of my birding in Massachusetts and really just understanding birding in general, and going to Parker River where there's so many serious birders. And it was really cool. I saw this avocet maybe 3 times, and it was just cool seeing and experiencing everything around it. My number 7 photo are these 2 wood ducks, which you can't really see that it's 2 wood ducks, but this drake I was really excited to capture, even though it's not the best quality photo because I was in the beginning of my bird photography journey still. But I had been trying so long to get a wood duck, and they would always fly away just before I got my camera ready. So I was excited for this picture. This photo of a Savannah Sparrow was really, I loved seeing how it came out once I came back and put it into Lightroom. Um, Again, part of my journey of improving my skills, but I love the background. I went up into an elevated tower to get a better angle of these birds, and I had no idea that this background would be as amazing as it was. So now I try to remember to get good backgrounds, even though it's really hard to remember that. This photo of a eastern towhee is number 5, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. But the eastern towhee is number 5 because I just love how fun this picture is. I also had a photo of him jumping, um, and it was just a great fall photo. This one made my family calendar that I produced for Christmas, so has to go in the top 10. This photo might have some recency bias, but it's like all my favorite things: fishing slash lobster boat, sunset, and then a great Boston skyline. And this is definitely number 4. This photo of a scissor-tailed flycatcher is number 3. Not because I definitely wanted a better picture of this bird with the scissor tail. I went out at least a couple times to get different images, and then it disappeared. It's a very rare bird in Massachusetts. But love I just love the angle of this picture with it, and it shows the scissor tail. So definitely my number 3. So right now I'm loving photographing short-eared owls, and I guess everyone this time of year wants to photograph owls in general. But so far, this is my favorite picture I've gotten. I definitely want it to be a little closer, more higher res, but I love the full face in this one. The flying, everything about it makes it my number 2. And for my number 1 photo of the year is this photo of another rare bird, a Ross's goose. I just love how this bird shot came out. I had seen it a few times. A lot of people had seen it a few times. And I just happened there wasn't room left in the parking lot. So I went to another area nearby and the bird happened to flush toward me and it landed on the water right in front of me. And I got this amazing shot of it landing. And it's definitely my top photo of 2025. These ducks and swans were in this little hole in the ice. There's also some American coots. As you can see, the trails were quite snowy. These mallards were extremely friendly. This happened several times with a few different groups of them. But they're all kind of cute. This one I affectionately call Mutant, but I don't know what everyone else calls him. But he's a special one, but he's cute. And I saw this in a tucked away pond, this great blue heron. They can overwinter in Massachusetts, but he was standing there waiting to get a fish. And here's a snapshot. And a junco I saw. Song sparrow. Next, for the first time, I went to Great Meadows National Wildlife Refuge in Concord, Massachusetts. It was so icy, I had to use crampons. And it was still so icy. It was pretty quiet, but I did see a bald eagle. Actually, a couple bald eagles, but I got that great shot. And there's a river there, so there were some waterfowl out on the river, so that was a plus. I saw a common goldeneye, just one, and an American tree sparrow. This was another day, but we're back at Horn Pond, and there was just some coots out in the water. I also got this shot of a bald eagle with his catch out on the ice. I call this trigger warning. Unfortunately, he was gone by the time I finished filming the coots and couldn't get a video of him too. So this was a spot that was very productive bird-wise. This, of course, is after all the birds left, but just showing up the trail, near the water, some pine trees, and here's one of the birds now, a red-bellied woodpecker, and another junco. And I saw this cardinal with a bunch of white-throated sparrows, and I just thought, look at all these birds in one little spot. And I continued on the path. This is toward the back of Horn Pond. And this bridge area, there's a bunch of bushes next to it, and there's always a ton of house sparrows in here. There's also a bunch of white-throated sparrows, but sometimes I like those female house sparrows, you know? And here's some more friendly ducks. They got right up on that bridge with me, and this one in particular was just extra cute. So I had to get a video of him on his own. These white-throated sparrows were hanging around me as I took a little break on a bench. They came really close. These little sanderlines and dunlins are awfully cute, so of course I had to include a video of them. One of my favorite sights is this short-eared owl hunting. They also do this hover movement right before they attack their prey. And he's just sitting on the ground here. Not too exciting, but kind of cute. And here's some shots I was able to get. Now on to my birding plan for 2026. I will be doing a little big year in Essex County. I plan on seeing 200 species, which, if you look at the average number of birds they normally see in Essex County on a given year, I think 200 species is doable, especially for a beginner who hasn't even done a full year of birding ever. Never mind doing that kind of birding in Essex County. I will still need to find some rare species, but I won't need to necessarily see every possible bird there is when I'm still trying to learn how to identify these birds. And it's doable considering that I must photograph or film each bird in order to count them on my list. And of course, they must be within Essex County, Massachusetts. My county is Middlesex County, but I'm right over the border of Essex County, and I prefer to do all my birding in Essex County. So that's where I'll be spending all my time. But bonus, Massachusetts and New England states are all going to be a goal for me to bird as much as possible in. Maybe I'll have some work trips where I go other places too, but I really just want to bird as much as possible. And I definitely also spend time in New Hampshire. I have a trip to Maine planned, so all of those will be part of my little big year. If you enjoyed wandering with me today, give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to keep following where the birds lead next. Thanks for watching. Until next time.